Welcome to Nasdaq Trade Talks. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq. Joining us for this segment, we have Bill Bosway, CEO of Nasdaq-listed Gibraltar. Bill, it's great to have you with us. Welcome to Trade Talks.
Thanks for having me, Jill.
You got it. Explain to the audience who Gibraltar is and what the company does.
Yeah, so Jill, Gibraltar is a company made up of really four different businesses. We are heavily engaged in the residential building product space. We're heavily engaged in the renewables energy space with our solar energy platform. We're also in Agtech space, which is controlled environment agriculture, our third business. And then finally, infrastructure, really building bridges and things of that for the U.S. highway system.
Where is Gibraltar based out of, and where are the majority of your customers located?
Well, we're based in Buffalo. We've got 29 locations around the U.S. and in Canada. And we're spread out throughout the country, throughout North America, across those four businesses. Our customers are pretty much represented everywhere we are.
You have a really diverse business mix. Tell us a little bit about your employees.
Well, you know, Gibraltar is built on a series of acquisitions, mainly family-run businesses over many years. And so, you know, first thing I would say about our employees, very entrepreneurial, very diverse in their experience and domain knowledge. And I think one thing I was really pleasantly surprised to see when I joined was just how invested they are in the local communities, which is really important to us. It's kind of fundamental in the way that we think about doing business as well. So it's a little side note. When the pandemic first started, I challenged the team to raise enough money to support 1 million meals for the local food banks in all the communities where we operate in. We gave ourselves 6 days to do it, and the team came back and raised enough for 3.5 million meals to support each of the 29 communities where we operate. That's who our people are.
That really is quite remarkable, and equally remarkable, you're celebrating a pretty big birthday this year. Tell us how you've grown and adapted over 50 years.
Well, I've been with the company 4, so I'll try to give you a framework for that. But yeah, we're excited. In fact, next week we're celebrating on the 15th. It'll be our 50th anniversary. We started in 72, went public in 93. The company has really evolved over time, and there's been so much great work done over that period of time with how the portfolio has evolved to where it is today. And it's really amazing to me how many good people we've had over many years that have made that happen for us. But we're now in a position where we're situated to solve some of the world's biggest problems. If you think about renewable energy, you think about bringing food to the world, you think about making homes much more efficient. Those are really important aspects of what we're trying to get done. But that really is a 50-year journey that was started, that continues, and we're in the next phase of that, and looking forward to the next 50.
Bill, when did you come on board as CEO, and what changes have been made under your leadership?
Well, I started in January of 2019, and I'd say the work that's been done is really just starting that next phase of the evolution and the transformation the business has been going through for some time. So we've been investing pretty heavily in our Agtech and our renewables energy businesses, as well as continue to invest in our Agtech business. And frankly, our infrastructure business has done quite well as well. So it's really been more about how do you get those 4 segments more scalable for the future to be more representative of what we want to get done and be leaders in their respective markets. So that's where much of our investments have been. And to do that, it's really about investing in the organization. We're able to really invest during these down periods of COVID. We've been adding to the organization and putting the systems in place so our teams can take advantage of that and scale accordingly to do the work that we want to get done.
What are the company's major milestones since you've taken the helm as CEO?
Well, we've invested $500 million in our portfolio the last few years, and I think for us that's a pretty big milestone. And now the question is, how do you take that and continue to drive it forward? And so we're going to stay laser focused. There's a lot of things going on in the world right now, a lot of unknowns and so forth, but I think we're well positioned to take advantage of the investments we've recently made and just build upon them. And the milestones will come accordingly with that.
Yeah, and to your point, you are in those major verticals of Agtech, of renewable energy, of infrastructure build, which we desperately need here, especially in the U.S. So when you look ahead, what's next for Gibraltar?
Well, we're going to build on the markets we've chosen to be in. When we look at our portfolio, what we assess isn't so much our company and our businesses. We look at the markets that have runway. And if I think about energy production, a lot of runway with renewables. And we got into that in 2015, and now we're going to build that out. And we did so subsequently in the last couple of years by making another acquisition. Agtech is no different. If you think about climate change, you think about COVID, you think about food supply and then in the supply chain of that in itself, how disruptive things have been the last couple of years. That's a great space to be in, and we think there's a problem to be solved there. So another example where we've invested heavily in that. And so it's not that we're going to go add another 5 or 6 platforms. We really want to be great and go deeper into things that we've started because they are solving some of the problems. That's where we think we can drive change and make a difference.
All right, Bill, we appreciate the insight. Thanks for joining us on Trade Talks. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq.
Thank you.